Would you like to step inside the home of a minimalist? Well, now you can. You can take a video tour of my family home and Ryan's home over at theminimalists.com/resources.
The Minimalists.
What steps do you take to block out the noise to stay focused?
Well, let's talk mindfulness here. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be part of the answer, at least, right?
Yeah. Well, so for me, it's like, okay, so let's say I was going to write an article for Zen Habits, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise and a lot of emails, and I'll notice myself like running to all of those things instead of doing the hard thing.
Yes.
So that's
Especially working from home, it's like, oh, I should do the dishes, I got to do the laundry, and
Right.
it's like as soon as I get these 15 items done,
yeah,
then I'll
I
write
can
the
do
thing.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so just noticing that. So that's a mindfulness practice, just noticing, oh, I'm running to all these things, Amazon, Netflix, all of YouTube, all of the things, social media. And so just noticing that, and it really helps if you have like a line in the sand, like, oh, I'm going to write from 9 to 10 a.m. or something like that, right? It's like, oh, it's 9:10 and I'm not writing, right? So it's like, oh, what am I doing? So it's bringing awareness to your patterns. I think that's one big one. And then if you actually are able to carve out that time and say, okay, I'm going to clear out all the noise, all the distractions, and just do this, or just read, or just do something. And then it's just like watching yourself wanting to run or wash the dishes really quick, right? Like, oh, I need to clean the kitchen. And it's really just a fear of uncertainty in that place. It's like, oh, I need to go and check the news real quick because I'm feeling uncertainty about doing this thing. And can I do it? And will it be okay? And will I succeed or fail? And then if I go here, it feels doable. Like email feels so doable, or responding to messages or checking my Twitter. So those all feel easy and doable. They all also give you more uncertainty, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to avoid uncertainty over here by giving me more uncertainty over here, and then making me feel terrible about not doing that.
Yeah.
So it's just watching ourselves. This is not making any of that wrong, but just like, oh, that's what's going on. And can I just mindfully be with the uncertainty in my body, give it some compassion, and just kind of like breathe and just like, okay, I don't need to run. I can just be with this thing that feels uncertain. And then also the last thing I would say is like, how are you relating to this thing that's giving you uncertainty? Like the writing the thing or reading. It's like, oh, I'm relating to this as burden, or, some of the stuff we talked about. That's why I want to run from it. Or I'm relating to this as like a potential failure. This is going to mean I suck, right? Or as opposed to this could be an exploration. This could be learning, opportunity, growth.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently stopped looking at the news. So like for me, I had to like make a firm rule, like, hey, stop looking at the news, mainly because I just got into the vicious cycle of like one website to another website, because I was doing my due diligence to get all the points of view. Well, really,
nice.
Yeah, but still though, I mean, and the same thing with social media, the goal is to aggregate as many eyeballs as possible and to take as much time away as possible. So for me to identify like, okay, I need to avoid the news because I get caught in that cycle, and then really practice. And plus, like, I hated the way it made me feel because, everything's an emergency, everything's breaking news. So I really had to dig deep in the sense that I had to realize how negatively it was impacting my life to have enough leverage to actually stop going to those news sites. But, now it's like Instagram is now
It's your new thing.
That's my new thing, where it's like I get on, like, I cannot hit the reels that they have now. It's like it'll suck me in because it's like snowboarding and goofy videos and cats.
They're so
and
good at it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So yeah, I mean, setting up boundaries for the specifically the entertainment that we take in, like that is really going to help cut out a lot of the noise.
It's healthy.
Yeah, I used to have a ton of magazine subscriptions, and I canceled them because I was trying to save some money and trying to pay off debt. But then I realized I was like, oh, like I'm not always wanting that new watch or that like new Lexus that they're ever. Yeah, once I get rid of the magazines, I was like, just subconsciously, those ads were sinking in and creating desires that that were useless. But by getting rid of the magazines, I started to notice desires going away. So what are you bringing into your life that is creating those desires? And is there a way for you to kind of, cut those out?